Hi, bitches. Welcome back to another episode of the Brandy Bell podcast. On this episode, we are diving into some juicy shit. We are getting into all things sex. I have a bunch of shit that I want to talk about. First, I want to dive into turn-ons and turn-offs. For me, personally, turn-ons, I'm more of a personality person. I know that's so cliche to say, but it's true. I like personality over looks. I mean, looks, yeah, they're great. And they have an aspect, of course, you want to be attracted to someone on a physical level and an emotional level as well. But for me, I love a guy who's funny, who's caring, who's sweet, who loves his family. Just it's all around a really good guy. Like just what I want. That's what I look for. And physical features, I like bigger guys. I'm a big bitch. Mama got 6 eyes, so I need someone who can handle all of this. I'm not saying that skinny guys can't. I'm just saying I prefer to have a bigger dude because it makes me feel better about myself. Because I feel like I'm not going to crush you, But don't get me wrong. There are some really sexy skinny guys out there. I'm more attracted to bigger guys. And I love tall guys. Short guys, if you're short, listen, you're gonna have to do a lot. You're gonna have to show me, that you can stick with it, that you can handle it, cause I like me some tall men, But I also like eyes and smile, I think is another physical feature that I look for as well. I always look for guys that have nice eyes or a nice smile. It's just something that makes it intriguing and pulls you in, turn offs. Oh, listen. I strongly hate guys who do drugs. Listen, I don't qualify weed as a drug, okay? I don't. Because you know what? It helps people medically. It helps people with their problems that it doesn't work for some people. And I'm one of those people. I can't smoke weed. I don't like it. Doesn't agree with my body. I choose not to do it. But I got a thing for stoners, okay? I got a thing for stoners. And it's a problem. But I hate guys that do hardcore drugs like Coke and Xanax and perks, and it's such a turn off because you get so sloppy and it's like you can never stop, and it's just a horrible thing. And that's also something that I'm gonna touch on in another episode, because I definitely want to talk about people who go through that addiction, and people who are in relationships that have addictive partners. Sorry. But aside from that, I also don't like guys that can't hold themselves. Now, what I mean by that is I like guys who have a job. I like guys that have money and can keep themselves stable. No, I'm not saying I like guys that have money because I want their money. Absolutely not. I make my own money. Trust me. I make my own money. I do not need a man to make money for me. And I know that pisses some guys off, but listen, it's true. I make my own money because I don't depend on anyone else. I'm a very independent person. But I like a guy that can hold himself and show me that he can be stable and hold himself together. There's nothing sexier than when a guy is a hard worker, has his shit together. There's just nothing sexier than that. Oh my God. And I love a guy that works with his hands, like guys in construction or carpentry or whatever you do with your hands, baby. Yes, please. Yes, please. And I'm not saying guys that don't work with their hands and aren't physically active like that aren't attractive. Not at all. Because guys who work in business or, accounting, they're hot too. You're smart. But I have an attraction for guys that fit that description. I don't know. It's just something that I've always liked. Maybe it's because I grew up that way. I grew up in a family that were very man's and always doing the dirty jobs, I guess. I don't know. I have a thing for it. Okay. Next. Let's talk about kinks. Now. Kinks and fetishes. I myself don't really have any fetishes. I don't really have anything that really turns me on, like feet, Kinks. I love a good kinky sex vibe. I love getting my hair pulled. I love biting. I love licking. I love sucking. I love hair pulling. I love ass smacking. I love it all. But I really love when it's aggressive but passionate. That kind of sex that I'm talking about. It's aggressive but passionate at the same time, and it's kinky, and it's a good time, and that's what I like. But let me tell you something. There are some weird ass people out there, yo, that got some weird ass kinks and fetishes. I was on the black hole of Twitter. I have a separate Twitter account for my OnlyFans. So that's where I promote all of my OnlyFans content, and I talk to other sex workers on there, and we all kind of have a little community going. And I was on this page, and it came up on my timeline. Someone retweeted it, and it was of girls literally shitting on the floor and recording it. And I was like, sis, what are you doing? And it was the thing, I was reading the comments, and someone was like, guys, don't upset her. We just got her back, and she's gonna go away. People have an actual fetish of this. And I'm like, what? What in the fuck? Listen, I'm all for a good fetish. Listen, you like feet? Maybe you could suck my toes any day. But I will not be shitting for you and videotaping or peeing on you or shitting on you. I will not be doing any of that, okay? That's a whole other level that I just will not acquire. No. But if you've got some other mild fetishes that you want me to fulfill, I will gladly do that for you. Speaking of dirty talk. Now, what are your thoughts on dirty talking? Because for me, I personally only like it when I'm having sex. I don't really dirty talk over text or anything. I feel weird doing it over text. But in the bedroom, during sex, if a guy is, doing it to me, I will definitely do it to him. I think it's hot. I think it's sexy. And I love when guys sit there and talk dirty and talk nasty. I think it's hot. And I feel like they're enjoying it, When a guy just sits there and he doesn't make any sound, it's a little scary. I'm like, all right, buddy, what are we doing here? What's going on? Are you gonna make any noise? Are you alive? Let me know. Same thing with moaning. I think moaning's hot. for guys and girls. I think moaning is hot in general in the sexual moment. It just really gets me going. Um, I feel like I had a story that I wanted to share, but maybe I should share that for another day. Okay, so what are some of y'all fave positions? I listen. I personally, I'm all for a good missionary position. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's good to have eye connection and, you know, whatever. But bitch, I love me some doggy style. A bitch likes getting railed. Like, that's just the best position. It's the best position. I don't care what anyone says. I like on top and I like cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, but it really depends on who you're with and their skill set as well. What kind of sex do you enjoy? Personally, like I said before, I enjoy really aggressive, kinky, passionate sex. Um, that's just who I am in the bedroom. I'm wild as fuck anyways, like in general. So for me, that's just what I enjoy. I like rough, I like aggressive, I like passionate sex. I get this question all of the time. And I don't think people understand that because of what I do, that this is just a stupid question for people to ask me. And it's, would you ever make a sex tape? I can't tell you how many times that I have gotten this question. I feel like every day I at least get one question like this, and it's insane. Because I have an OnlyFans, okay? If I'm putting my body out there like that for people to see and for people to enjoy, what makes you think that I'm not gonna want to put a sex tape out there? Listen, when you're in the sex work industry, you have to understand that the content you put out, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be hot and sexy for a minute. But then the girl above you who's top 8% and you're top 10%, she's going to start putting more fire content out and more people are going to want to go to her. And then you're going to like, oh shit, I got to up my fucking game. And that's when it starts to become a competition because you want to be at a certain percent on OnlyFans. It's like having followers on Instagram or having people view your videos on YouTube. It's the strive to want to be better, and you want to put that content out there for people, you know? So yeah, I started just doing lingerie, and then I started doing nudity, and then I started actually doing sex stuff. But there's a certain way that you need to go about it all, you know? Personally, would I, like, if I wasn't doing this and someone asked me, hey, would you want to make a sex tape? I'd be like, I don't know. But, you know, shit, if it got leaked out by accident, I mean, fuck it. Whatever. I mean, I better be making profit from it, that's for damn sure. But now, hell yeah, I would. Hell yeah, because you have to think of it as a business standpoint. If I am running my own business, per se, through OnlyFans, I'm going to want to put the best content out there as possible for my followers. And if that's something that they want and a lot of people are asking for, absolutely I would do that because you want to make them happy, but you also need to make your money while you're on there. That's your job. That's what you're there to do, you know? Okay. Another good question. Sex involving multiple partners. This is a good one. Now, I am all for threesomes, okay? I'm all for it. if I'm in a relationship, I don't know if I would do it right away. I feel like I would definitely want to be with my partner for many years before doing it, just because I get really self-conscious and I would feel awkward, so I feel like I would just want a little space from that first, I want to feel comfortable with my partner and, know what he likes and what I like and what he doesn't like, so we're kind of on the same page if we were to do that with another person. As for not being in a relationship, I would 110% have a threesome with someone if I was not in a relationship. I think it's great. I think it's hot. The sex is hot. Girl on girl, guy on girl, whatever. Two girls, one guy. I think it's hot. I think it's great. It's a good moment to have. And that's also content that you can post for your OnlyFans. Look at that. But I see a lot of people having monogamous relationships, one, and two, I see a lot of sex people having a lot of threesomes. For example, like Lena the Plug and Adam 22, they have a lot of threesomes with girls, and Lena does also girl on girl scenes, which I think is awesome too. I would definitely do that as well. A lot of people ask me that as well, and I definitely would. I wouldn't say I'm lesbian, no. I like guys, but I just think girls are fucking hot. Like, you can't tell me and you can't look at boobs and be like, damn, that bitch is fucking hot. Like, go off. The guys so would. And I would not be ashamed or regret it in any shape or form. So that's that. Moving on. Okay. This one, I hear a lot of. Not from people that I know necessarily, but I see a lot of it online or just in some blogs that I've seen about, sexual intercourse and all of that. So, a lot of women ask, is my vagina normal? Same with guys, is my penis normal? Listen, every vagina and every penis is normal. It may not look the same as everyone else, but it's normal. I know a lot of girls are more self-conscious than guys are. Girls, I can see why. Some guys are really mean and they can use it against you, but at the end of the day, you're fucking beautiful and your vagina is beautiful. And there are cosmetic surgeries out there that you can get if you are self-conscious about it. But there's a lot of women out there who think, oh my gosh, I'm not normal because my vagina looks different than her or her. But at the end of the day, vagina is a vagina. And as long as your vagina is not the size of Grand Canyon, honey, I think you're okay. I promise. I promise you. And for boys and men, every penis is different. Every penis is different, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Size does not matter. It doesn't. Honestly, I'd rather a shorter dick that has a lot of girth. Because girth is where it's at, baby. Okay? Length is good enough. Alright? But I want that girth. Because that is what makes a woman go crazy. Because if you got just length and you got a pencil dick, it's just like getting finger banged. Alright? But, even if you have one or the other, it doesn't even matter about the size. It's all about how you use it. Okay? Like, you have a tongue, right? And yeah, eating out is fucking hot. It's great. But if you don't know how to use it, it's pointless. It's pointless. We'll get to that in a second. But if you know all about the motion in the ocean, that is what counts. That's what counts the most. Okay? So don't worry on that. Don't worry on size, because I guarantee you your dick is probably perfect, okay? And I'm sorry that if girls tell you otherwise, they're probably just insecure about themselves. And girls, if guys tell you that your vagina's fucking weird, tell them to fucking eat a dick. Because they're probably insecure with themselves. So don't let it get to you, because everyone has those thoughts. I've had those thoughts. It's a normal thing because you compare yourself. That's just how this world is. But don't let it get to you. It's definitely normal. And again, if you are unsatisfied with it, there's always doctors you can speak to about that. Now, touching on the whole tongue situation. We need to discuss this, boys. During sexual intercourse, during foreplay, if you shove your phalanges in me like a fucking rocket ship and go a buck 90 in my vagina, we're gonna have problems, dude. We're gonna have problems. You wanna know why? Because girls don't get off for penetration. And it's, yes, rough sex is hot, it's great. We all love it. But at the end of the day, it's all about the clitoral stimulation. Just like with the guys, it's all about the tip and the balls. Because that's where the most sensation is. Nobody gives a fuck about the shaft. I mean, hey, we show a little love to it, but you want to focus on the tip, you want to focus on the balls. That's where all the nerves are. And with girls, it's like we don't really get off from penetration. We get off from clitoral stimulation. Now, with that being said, if you flip the beam like you're pushing an elevator button, okay, we're gonna have problems. There is no reason and there is no need for your fingers to be pressing on my clitoris like you're trying to open up the fucking garage, bitch. There is no reason. No reason. Okay? You, listen. Slower and softer is better. You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Use that saying for everything. Because when you're sweeter and you're softer, it's sexier and just more sensational. When you go slower with your tongue, when you go slower with your fingers, it's more sensational to the girl than when you go fucking jackhammer in her fucking punani. You see what I'm saying? So, just be considerate of your queen when you are going down on her, either with your face or your hands. Now, I was on TikTok today, okay? And this guy was like, I will always ask the girl, hey, is this it? Is this your G-spot? Is this the clit? And he's like, I don't think that it's a bad thing to do because I want to know because I want to pleasure her. And I thought that was fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Because not a lot of guys will say that or do that. And I have yet to actually meet one of those guys. But it's nice to know that someone wants to pleasure you in the correct way. Just for guys. If a girl's using teeth, do you think that's hot? No, you're gonna push her off or you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Get away from it. It's the same thing with girls. You gotta be gentle. We're like fucking delicate flowers. Don't be coming over here and shoving your whole freaking arm in my vag. That's just not it. So please, have respect for one another. Now, ladies, let's talk about you. I'm not too impressed. I'm not. You want to know why? Because recently I have heard horror stories from some of my guy friends about situations that they've had, and I'm mortified. I'm disgusted that girls actually do this. I was talking to this one kid, one of my guy friends, and he was like, yeah, like, this girl told me that she wants to choke on this and that and the other thing, and then in the moment, I was like, yo, like, take it out and suck on it, and she was like, no, I don't like that. I don't like sucking dick. I have a bad gag reflex. Bitch, what? Why are you killing the vibe, dog? Well, why are you killing his vibe? He's just trying to bust a nut and you're over here giving him blue balls? That's so rude. That's so rude, bitch. Now, all these girls talking about, oh, he won't let me finish. He won't let me finish. Bitch, you won't even let him finish. You won't even give him the chance. And I always say this. If you don't enjoy giving head, you don't give good head. And I will stand by that until the day I fucking die. Because if you don't like it, how are you gonna do it good? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, alright, you're in school for, like when we were in high school. Nobody wanted to fucking do the work because nobody fucking liked it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of have that mindset. And honestly, if you don't like sucking dick, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know what's wrong with you. At least give them a little something, jeez. But don't be killing the vibe like that. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. Oh, God, no. Another thing, when you're given a BJ, if you use your teeth, bitch, you might as well just get up and walk out right then and there. Like, don't even stay for the rest of it, because he's probably gonna get the wrong first impression, and he's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? And he's not gonna have a good time, and then that's how you have a bad reputation. So you might as well just kick to the curb, bitch, you're using teeth. But I will give you, ladies, a tip. When you do it, don't purse your lips out. Like, curl them in. Curl them in. I wish I can show you, but I can't. And if you curl them inwards, your teeth don't hit their dick. And you have a less chance of that happening when you do that and you stick your tongue out. Listen, nobody wants a dry BJ. Nobody. Not a soul. People want that sloppy, toppy fucking 10,000, okay? They want the sloppy, toppy 10,000, bitch. Get in there. Spit on it. Lick it. You don't even have to deep throat it, dude. Just use your hands, use your mouth, like, trying to pleasure him, even though if you don't enjoy it, fucking fake it till you make it. That's what you gotta do. That's my life motto. Fake it till you make it, bitch. Because that's just life. And you know what? Nobody wants to be known as the girl who gives shitty head. No one. That's the worst reputation to have. Don't be that girl. Don't be that girl. Oh, no. And you know what? During sex, when you're having sex with a guy, don't be a log. Don't be a lazy bitch. Do not be that bitch. Again, bad reputation. You don't want him to have a bad first impression of you and think, oh God, this bitch doesn't know how to fucking throw it back. Listen. Don't overthink it. Just go with it. Use your hips. Don't overthink it. Loosen your body. Don't be stiff. Loosen your body. Use your hips. That's what your hips are for, baby. Come on, put a little back into it. All right? I could show you how to do it, I definitely would. But, and also, if you're self-conscious about doing acts of pleasure to other guys or having just sex in general, you don't know what you're doing, it's always good to do research and watch videos and hear what other people have to say, because then you don't feel so insecure and you don't feel so alone. I was there when I first started having sex when I was 18 with my ex-boyfriend. Of course, I did so much research because you don't want to feel embarrassed. You don't want to feel like you're not doing something right, you know? So it's always good to, talk to friends or do research or look it up. Look at blogs, look at sex therapists, like just look at a bunch of research, because I'm telling you, you are not the only one if you have trouble with, being confident in the bedroom. Same with guys. If you have your insecurities, it's totally okay. And if you want to tell the girl that and be like, hey, listen, like, I'm sorry, but I'm not comfortable with this yet. Like, so if I'm doing something wrong, like, let me know. It's always good to have that open communication during sexual intercourse, because that's a time for you to be sensual with someone else and enjoy and have pleasure. So if you're not enjoying it, it's not going to be a good time. So it's better to be upfront with each other and be like, hey, you're doing this a little wrong. Like, maybe if you do this, don't be rude about it. Just be, constructive criticism, whether you're a boy or a girl. And don't be offended by it, because that's just how you live and you learn. When you go to work, you do something wrong, you're going to get criticized for it, but that's how you learn. Same thing goes in the bedroom. Don't be shy and don't feel like you're doing something wrong. If you feel uneasy about something, let your partner know. And talk to your friends about it. I talk to my friends about all of the things that I do and that they do. Obviously, we're friends. That's what friends are for, to be there for you and talk about situations like that. But don't think that you have no one to go to. Even if you are a little nervous about it, again, Google porn. Do you know I learned how to give a blowjob from Pornhub? You want to know who learned how to give a? You want to know who taught me how to give a blowjob? Lana Rhodes. Lana Rhodes, baby. That's who taught me how to give a BJ. Okay, I was watching her for, oh God, so many years, since I was so young on Pornhub. I looked it up and I was like, okay, I kinda got it. Okay, maybe I can do this next time. Okay, and every time that I do an act of something sexual to a guy, I always critique myself after. I'm like, okay, what can I have done better? So next time, either for someone else or for him, that I can make it more pleasurable. And girls, don't be afraid. I know a lot of girls are just, oh, okay, like, just stick to the dick, just stick to the dick. No. Give him some kisses, in his inner pelvic area. It's a very sensitive area. Lick his head, rub it a little bit, because it's a very sensitive part. And don't forget about the balls. Balls are just as important, honey. Stick a ball in your mouth. What are you doing? Again, lick it, kiss it, do whatever you want, but don't forget about it. Same thing with guys. Guys, don't forget about the clit. Don't forget about the clit. I could draw a diagram for you on the screen if you would like, but most guys are just a little too high up, and some guys are just a little too far down. There's a little ball, okay? And picture a little bean or a pea. And I want you to take your middle finger and just gently rub on it and feel it. It's like a ball, and that's the clit. Okay? And that's what you want to target. That's what you want to do in order to finish the job. And again, don't be shy. If you don't know, ask your girlfriend, ask your boyfriend. Be like, yo, am I doing this right? It's all about doing things that you're uncomfortable with, because that's just how you learn. I've been there, I've done that. And again, with Pornhub, watch porn. I watch porn just for fun sometimes, because I want to learn new things that I can do in the bedroom, or another technique that I can do that may satisfy someone, It's just a very good resource for you to not feel so embarrassed or be judged. So that's definitely something that I would recommend if, you have problems like that. Now, I get this question, oh gosh, so much. It's ridiculous. In the past, I don't know, 3 days, I've gotten the question, do you like anal? Have you ever done anal? Would you do anal? Listen, anal is not for everyone. I'm gonna say it. It's not. It's not. Just like eating someone out is not for everyone, and sucking dick is not for everyone. Anal is just that something that's it's either pleasurable or you fucking hate it. And for me, I personally really, really enjoy it. I think it stimulates something for some girls, and sometimes it just makes the sex really better, and it makes the orgasm at the end really better. Same for guys. So yes, I would do anal. Yes, I like anal. I do anal a lot. So that's the tea on that. And I'm pretty sure I covered everything that I wanted to talk about today. If you guys have any more questions or stories or topics you want me to talk about in this general area, let me know. DM me, comment down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. And I will see you guys next time on Randy Bell. Thank you guys. Love you.